In the era of clout chasing, nothing is off limits. Disrespecting the dead homies of your ops is common in rap, ever since it was popularized by Chicago drill. But now, someone has taken it to a new level and vandalized the grave of the late Pop Smoke. Let's take a closer look at what happened. Pop Smoke was one of the most promising rappers to blow up from New York in a long time. He brought the Brooklyn drill sound to a mainstream level and was on track to becoming a major star before he was killed. But before becoming a rapper, he was also involved in the streets and had plenty of ops in Brooklyn. Although, it's not clear if one of his ops was responsible for vandalizing his grave or if it was just a random clout chaser. TMZ reported that on the morning of Saturday, September 11th, eyewitnesses at Greenwood Cemetery in Brooklyn noticed that Pop Smoke's gravesite had been destroyed. Someone had smashed his crypt and even attempted to drag out his casket. The marble plaque where his name was written had been smashed to pieces and left beside the gravesite. The witnesses also discovered dirt and old flowers scattered across the ground, as well as what appeared to be joints that had been smoked and discarded. Upon closer inspection, there appeared to be drag marks on the ground, suggesting that the vandals had tried to pull something out of his tomb, possibly his casket. The witness immediately called security, who notified the police. After a brief investigation, they determined that the crypt was likely damaged sometime between 2:30 p.m. on Friday and 2 p.m. on Saturday. Unfortunately, there were no cameras in the area to catch who did it, and as of yet, no one has been arrested. But police are currently investigating. For the time being, his plaque has been replaced with a blank slab. It isn't clear whether his casket is still inside the tomb or if the interior had been tampered with. But it's still an open investigation, and more details will likely come out if someone is caught. Police estimate that the vandals did about $500 worth of damage to the tomb, and Pop's grave had been clearly targeted, considering no other gravesites were touched. Even though it's not clear who did it or what their motivations were, there's no justification for doing something that is disrespectful. Whoever did it is seriously disturbed and needs to be punished. The fact that they found a smoke joint on the scene also adds to the disrespect. It means the vandals were casually hanging out by his grave and disrespecting him by smoking there with bad intentions. It's hard to imagine what they must have been doing because it all sounds too messed up to be true. Pop Smoke's own mother went to his gravesite to clean up after the incident and confirmed that the news was true. The saddest thing about the whole ordeal is that it's his family who are the ones that really suffer. Even if the vandals had problems with Pop, there's no reason that his mom should have to go through that. Disrespecting dead ops has become common ever since Chief Keef and the rest of the BDs started dissing Tuka. We've even seen Brooklyn rappers spray paint the gravesite of a dead op, like when rapper 1090 Justo B went to Nick Bookie's grave and spray painted GDK. But trying to break into someone's tomb is not just disrespectful, it's borderline satanic. As of yet, no one has taken credit for disrespecting Pop Smoke's grave online. Although it's tough to know who would want to take credit for something like that, if they were after the clout, it seems like they missed their opportunity. It's possible that they thought Pop was buried with some jewelry and other valuables, which is why they tried to break into his tomb. But the police did not report that anything had been stolen, so they couldn't have gotten away with much. Although Pop was a beloved rapper in the music industry, he was active in the streets before rap, and it's possible that his grave was vandalized by ops as a clear sign of disrespect. Pop was a member of the Wu, as well as a set of the Crips, who are known to beef with many other gangs in Brooklyn. So, it could be that his grave was vandalized by someone who he was beefing with before he died, or even random dudes from a rival gang who are just trying to disrespect the Wu by going after his most famous dead rapper. There isn't enough information to tell exactly what happened. Police are currently investigating, but if there was no camera footage, they may have a tough time making an arrest. Unless someone is stupid enough to take credit for the vandalism on social media, or they can pull some DNA from the smoke joint. Hopefully, they'll find the person responsible for doing this and maybe even beef up the security in the cemetery so it doesn't happen again. But on a lighter note, MGK recently had an altercation with Conor McGregor at the VMAs that also had rap fans confused. Here's a closer look at what happened. MGK is a rapper who's no stranger to beef. He went head to head with the rap god himself back in 2018 after M dissed him on his album Kamikaze. Back in 2012, MGK tweeted something about Eminem's daughter Haley being hot. At the time, the rapper was 21 and Haley was only 16, so it's not hard to tell why M was mad. But what was unexpected is that he kept it bottled up for about 6 years and chose to go after MGK out of nowhere on Kamikaze. MGK quickly responded with the track Rap Devil, and M shot back with the track Kill Shot, confirming it was a full-on rap beef. Eventually, the beef just died out and they haven't gone at each other in a while. But now, it looks like MGK has beef with another superstar, Conor McGregor. On Sunday, September 12th, both MGK and Conor McGregor were in attendance at the VMAs, which was being held at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. According to TMZ, the fight started after MGK refused to take a picture with McGregor. McGregor allegedly would not let it go and kept pressing the rapper. This made MGK shove McGregor, and security had to step in to separate them. While they were being pulled apart by security, McGregor also threw his drink at MGK. McGregor did an interview with Entertainment Tonight right after the incident, where he claimed it was no big deal and he didn't know what happened. He says that he didn't even know MGK, even though witnesses say that he had approached him trying to get a picture.
Absolutely nothing, I don't know, I just showed up and I don't know, I don't even know the guy, to be honest with you.
He continued to throw more shade at the rapper by saying, I only fight real fighters who actually fight, and I certainly don't fight little vanilla boy rappers. I don't even know the guy. I don't know anything about him.
Just rumours, nothing happened with me. I only fight real fighters, people that actually fight, you know what I mean? I certainly don't fight little vanilla white rappers, you know, I don't even know the guy. I don't know anything about him.
Luckily, the whole thing was witnessed by none other than Ja Rule, who was the one who broke the news to E.T.
I heard there was a fight with Machine Gun and Conor McGregor just over there about 10 minutes ago.
Machine Gun Kelly has yet to comment on what happened. After the incident, MGK and his date Megan Fox allegedly threatened to leave the event before taking pictures, but returned after McGregor was gone. The whole situation is pretty crazy. It's not clear why MGK turned down a simple photo request from McGregor when they were already at an event where they're constantly being photographed. It's not like he was approached by an annoying fan while he was trying to eat dinner. They were literally at a red carpet event, and McGregor is one of the most famous UFC fighters in the world. The rumors are that MGK was mad because McGregor had been sending DMs to his girlfriend Megan Fox on social media. So when the boxer tried to approach him like a fan, he had to shut it down. That would also explain why McGregor acted so strange after the fact and claimed that he didn't even know who MGK was. McGregor would seem to hint at this in another interview he did the next day with journalist Adam Glenn outside of a hotel in Soho. He continued to claim he didn't know who MGK was, saying, "I don't even know the guy. I don't know him. Who is he? He told me he's been at the fights. Megan has been at the fights years. So I know Megan, and then I don't know the guy. There's no problem. Come to the fights. No problem."
I don't even know the guy. I don't know him. Who is he? Do you know what I mean? He's supposed to be at the fights. Megan's been at the fights years. Megan has been at the fights years. So I know Megan, and then I don't know the guy. I don't know the guy. There's no problem. Come to the fights.
So even though he claims there's no beef, it definitely seems like he's throwing shade. He also makes it clear that he knows Megan and he has seen her at his fights in the past, which backs up the theory about him DMing her. It would be pretty great if MGK decided to release a diss track about McGregor, although that seems unlikely. The rapper recently made a transition from straight hip-hop into pop-punk with the album Ticket to My Downfall, which was produced by Travis Barker. He and Megan were recently spotted hanging out with Barker and his new girlfriend, Kourtney Kardashian, so it seems like MGK is finally starting to make his way into the A-list. The beef will likely blow over, and both will forget about it. If only McGregor raps, then fans might get some hilarious diss tracks, but it seems like both of them will likely just move on and forget about it unless McGregor keeps DMing Megan. Although, MGK has proven that he doesn't back down from a confrontation. If he doesn't like you, he doesn't like you, even if you're a world famous athlete. So, fans have to give him credit for being real.